There was a man in Caesarea named Cornelius, a centurion of the Italian company. He and his whole household were pious Gentile God worshippers. He prayed to God constantly and gave to those in need among the Jewish people. The Lord, one day at nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he clearly saw an angel from God in a vision. The angel said to him, "Cornelius." Startled, he stared at the angel and said, "What is it, Lord?" The angel replied, "Your prayers and your compassionate acts are like a memorial offering to God. Send messengers to Joppa at once and summon a certain Simon, the one known as Peter. He is a guest of Simon the tanner, whose house is near the seacoast." When the angel who was speaking to him had gone, Cornelius summoned 2 of his household servants, along with a pious soldier from his personal staff. He explained everything to them, then sent them to Joppa. At noon on the following day, as their journey brought them close to the city, Peter went up on the roof to pray. He became hungry and wanted to eat while others were preparing the meal. He had a visionary experience. He had a visionary experience. He saw something like a large linen sheet being lowered to the earth lowered from heaven by its 4 corners. Lowered to the earth by its 4 corners. Inside the sheet were all kinds of 4-legged animals, reptiles, and wild birds. He heard a voice say, "Get up, Peter, kill and eat." Peter exclaimed, "Absolutely not, Lord. I've never eaten anything impure or unclean." The voice spoke a second time, "Never consider unclean what God has made pure." This happened 3 times. Then the object was suddenly pulled back into heaven. While Peter was bewildered about the meaning of the vision. Just then the messenger sent by Cornelius discovered the whereabouts of Simon's house and arrived at the gate. Calling out, they inquired whether the Simon known as Peter was a guest there. While Peter was brooding over the vision, the Spirit interrupted him. "Look, 3 people are looking for you. Go downstairs. Don't ask questions, just go with them, because I have sent them." So Peter went downstairs and told them, "I'm the one you're looking for. Why have you come?" They replied, "We've come on behalf of Cornelius, a centurion and righteous man, a God worshiper who is well respected by all Jewish people. A holy angel directed him to summon you to his house and to hear what you have to say." So Peter invited them into the house as his guests. The next day he got up and went with them, together with some of the believers from Joppa. They arrived in Caesarea the following day. Anticipating their arrival, Cornelius had gathered his relatives and close friends. When Peter entered the door, Cornelius met him and fell at his feet in order to honor him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, "Get up. Like you, I'm just a human." Then, as they continued to talk, Peter went outside and found a large gathering of people. He said to them, "You all realize that it is forbidden for a Jew to associate or visit with outsiders. However, God has shown me that I should never call a person impure or unclean. For this reason, when you sent for me, I came without objection. I want to know then why you sent for me." Cornelius replied, 4 days ago at this same time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was praying at home. Suddenly a man in radiant clothing stood before me. He said, "Cornelius, God has heard your prayers, and your compassionate acts are like a memorial offering to God, to him, Therefore, sent messengers to Joppa and summoned a certain Simon, the one known as Peter. He is a guest in the home of Simon the tanner, located near the seacoast. I sent for you right away, and you are kind enough to come. Now here we are, gathered in the presence of God to hear everything the Lord has directed you to say. To listen to everything the Lord has directed you to say. Peter said, I really am learning that God doesn't show partiality to one group of people over another. Rather, in every nation, whoever worships him and does what is right is acceptable to him. This is the message of peace he gave to the Israelites by proclaiming the good news through Jesus Christ. He is Lord of all. You know what happened throughout Judea, beginning in Galilee, after the baptism John preached. You know about Jesus of Nazareth, whom God anointed with the Holy Spirit and endowed with power. Jesus traveled around doing good and healing everyone oppressed by the devil because God was with him. Because God was with him. We are witnesses of everything he did, both in Judea and in Jerusalem. They killed him by hanging him on a tree, but God raised him up on the third day and allowed him to be seen, not by everyone, but by us. We are witnesses whom God chose beforehand, who ate and drank with him after God raised him from the dead. While Peter was still speaking, the Holy Spirit fell on everyone who heard the word. The circumcised believers who had come with Peter were astonished that the gift of the Holy Spirit had been poured out even on the Gentiles. They heard them speaking in other languages and praising God. Peter asked, these people have received the Holy Spirit just as we have. Surely no one can stop them from